If you are looking to buy cheap and safe and reliable coin, go over to U7Buy and use code CV3 on U7Buy for 8% off. Link is in the description or link is in the comments to get cheap and safe coin so you can get the cards you want in the game to have fun. CV3. We had a very big issue. The right mid position was vacant and we needed somebody to fill it. And so it has now been filled by AMAD DIALLO. And today we're going to be breaking down this card into 6 categories to help you decide whether or not you should buy this card and if the card is even good or not using the metric of wondrous, mid, or dupe. But why should you listen to me? Well, I consistently get into rank 2 and rank 3 range in FUT champions. I'm also a top elite division player, so I believe I can use my abilities to help guide you to use the best cards to help get you more wins in FC25. And so the categories we're going to be breaking this card in is with one of the most important things that you need for a winger. He can also play cam as well, and I'll let you know some specific important information about that as well. But for the winger side, pace is very important, but also the shooting and clinicality ability. You want them to be able to score when they get the chance. And I'll make sure I get to that and tell you the best ways to use this card for that if you do decide to buy it. But first, let's just get into the other things that are not as important, but still very important for a card. Let's just start off with the physicalities for AMAD DIALLO. Now look at here. Picture it like this. Have you ever seen a guy that looks like he weighs 110 pounds try and lift up 100 pounds? Oh, he's gonna struggle like a mofo, shaking in his boots, you know what I'm saying? And AMAD DIALLO is like that, for example. If he's near Van Dijk, if he's near the Theo Hernandez himself, they will body him to the ground like it's nothing to them. Eat him for breakfast. He's 100% a puss in boots. But there are other things that make it not as much of an issue that I'll get to. But another part of physicality is the jumping ability, and he's a 5'8" player, so flip a coin, heads or tails. Now I chose heads, and I'm telling you, you chose tails. I win because the coin is rigged. Both sides are heads. That's the chances of you winning a header with AMAD DIALLO, especially against a player that's taller and can jump as well. He has no type of jumping ability that's crazy. Even though the stats are nice, he's too small. Nor does he have aerial or aerial plus. You feel me? And if he got bodied off the ball, now the opponent has the ball. Can AMAD DIALLO get the ball back with tremendous defense? Can he win the ball? Because he does have a right back position in his card. But let me tell you something. Think twice about that. I don't suggest him in the right back position with no 50 defense. You know what I'm saying? So don't even play him there. Maybe for chemistry, I don't give a damn about no damn defense. Then attacker! I'll just let you know that it's doo-doo with her name on it. Straight up. But then if one of your teammates get the ball back, like for example Van Dijk, and he passes it into AMAD DIALLO, can AMAD DIALLO make another pass that's beautiful and accurate like a mofo? Can he chip it cheeky like Messi over the top into one of your pacey strikers? Well, looky here. I found using AMAD DIALLO, I didn't see many issues at all with his passing ability. It was actually pretty consistent. The only thing is, for almost every card, I wish they have Tiki Taka Barcelona playstyle, because that thing just makes it so much better with passing. He doesn't have it, so you do have to sometimes be cautious with the first time passing with AMAD DIALLO. But overall, if he has control of the ball and he makes the pass, it's going to be accurate. Now, he does have whip cross, and I've tried some of the whip crosses into Haaland, and it wasn't bad at all. It was going to be on target. The only thing that stopped it was my opponent. Now, I didn't mention dribbling being the most important thing for a winger, but I'll tell you now that it is. You feel me? Now, I'll get to that. But first, let's just talk about the shooting and clinicality ability. Now, look at here. The best way I can describe it like this is this. You ever been to a store? For example, you're at a pizza place, and you're like, I want a pepperoni pizza. You feel me? Delicioso, huh? And then they tell you, man, we only got cheese. It is what it is. Well, that's AMAD DIALLO for me, because I feel like he could be so much of a better card if he had finesse like Messi playstyle, Trivela like I'm watching a telenovela. Those certain playstyles that are better for wingers, I believe. He has none of those, but he does have one of the dangerous ones in the power shot. And look at here. With him being a right mid, you being on your left-hand side, it's hard to get that power shot off with a left-footed player. Even though he's a 5-star weak foot player, his tendency is still trying to shoot it with the left foot. So the times you're trying to hit it with the right foot and he still forces it with the left, which can cause some major issues and make it easier for the defense to block you. And so that's why in moments, I do think if you have him in the cam position, the power shot is even more lethal in those moments. He will be a better goal scorer for you in the cam position because he's more central and you can hit the power shot with both feet. But there's something we got to talk about. Let's talk about the pace. Now look at here. He doesn't have quick step or rapido for a winger. And let me tell you something. I can't tell. For some odd reason, this guy with none of the playstyles was moving mad with the speed. I couldn't believe it. I had Kachi chasing him. She was getting burnt sometimes. They could catch up sometimes, but he still had pretty good speed to hold his own. Now the thing is, he may still be able to get caught up to by some of the stronger left back and body him. That's why you have to try and avoid physicality. But his pace overall is still pretty solid, even without the playstyle. So now, let's talk about the dribbling ability. Can he do a little bit of that twist and turn? Now let me tell you something here. When I was dribbling with AMAD DIALLO, this guy's dribbling ability was shocking to me. He was one of the best dribblers I've used so far in this game. I don't know why. He has this like nice control dribbling that you can move well where you want it to move. It's pretty responsive. He was twisting and turning like no other. Definitely an elite dribbler. He could do a little bit of that twist and turn for sure, for sure. Also having the technical plus playstyle, so you can use R1 dribbling as well to give you some speed control dribbling. And also I do suggest you put a maestro chemistry style on him to boost his reactions to make his dribbling the best it can be. But with all that being said though, what I've said so far doesn't mean that I can classify this card as wondrous. He could either be mid or doo-doo as well, and in between those. So what would I classify AMAD Diallo at? Well, let's just say this first. He was definitely an enjoyable card to use, but there were moments where I wish he had certain things and he did, which affected my gameplay as well. But overall, I would classify AMAD Diallo in the right wing and right mid position as Midris, simply because there's certain play styles that you really need on the wing that he does not have. That annoys me. But in the cam position, wondrous. Yes, a wondrous card in the cam position because he has great passing play styles with incisive pass plus, power shot to be dangerous in the middle of the field. But the thing is, he is quite pricey for 1 million coin, but I still think it's a solid pickup. Now, if he drops to 700k to 800k, even better. But hold on, this card could be ridiculous for you. Find out if this card right here is wondrous, mid, or doodoo. Yeah.